Hey! Today I'm going to show you a tutorial how to make frozen nails. Don't mind me, I actually have an injury on my left hand. It's a little bit challenging for me at the moment. So first I'm actually gluing on my fake nails. And then I'm going in with a file, just filing them down. I'm trying not to hurt my actual nail, so I'm actually just filing down the fake nail. So it's actually smooth. After being done with that, I'm covering the entire nail with that acrylic liquid I've got. I feel like the acrylic will stick later on better on the nail, so that's why I'm doing it. It might just be me feeling it, it might not be right, but I'm doing it anyway, so then I'm just dipping the acrylic liquid in the acrylic powder and then just putting it on my nail. You can see it's, going where it should be anyways by just flowing around, but I'm helping it with the brush to find its way. Just take care that you don't cover your cuticles too much, because otherwise it's really hard to get off. But you will see me in a second scraping it off with a glass nail file anyway, so as long as it's sticky and as long as it's wet, you can still fiddle around. As the last step, I always dip my finger in the powder just to, get a dry surface, and then just press it on so it's nice and flat. Now I'm just going in with my glass file and just scraping off all the excess that I literally got on my cuticles and everywhere. It's easier to do it that way than do it later on when everything is hard. So I'm quickly doing the other nails. As you can see now, I'm dipping my brush in the liquid and then in the container of powder and just putting it on. If you're wondering, yes, that's a contact lens container. I actually use that as the liquid I've got comes in containers which I can't really get my brush inside. I don't want to waste too much of my liquid throwing it out every time. So I was looking for a closed container which is okay to store that liquid in, and that is working fine for me. So I just keep on going. I'm just doing all my nails as the first one. Just, put on the liquid and the powder, then scrape off the excess, press it down a little bit more so it's nice and even and flat, and then go on the next nail. I actually use a really quite fast drying liquid here. I like it like this because I hate if it doesn't dry for ages. Yes, you do have more time to model. It's just time that I don't like waiting around, but if you don't feel safe, you can actually use liquids that last up to 5 minutes, I guess. As you just saw, I just buffed my nail down so it's nice and even. And then I'm covering everything with a base coat. I actually went in with 2 layers there because that base coat is not the best. Then I'm going in with that nude white look. It's actually a white which is having a little pearl shimmer, but it's finishing matte. You know, you see I'm actually painting over the edges of my nail. I just was not able to hold that hand still for so long, so I tried to cover that hand fast so it's not hurting so much. But later on I regretted it, but I scratched off the edges. So that's basically what I'm doing at the moment. It's cleaner, I guess, and a little bit easier than to make it with nail polish remover. And the other hand, just cover it. It needed actually 2 coats for that as well, because you can see it's quite sheer. It's not the best nail polish. I'm going in with some acetone, removing all the rest around the nails. Then I'm going in with some liquid latex around my fingers. I still use the crap one because I still have it. I will switch to a better one once this bottle is empty. I would not recommend anyone to buy this bottle because it's just so hard to get it off later, but it's doing its job. It just takes ages to get off, so that's why I don't like it. So once that's dry, I'm gonna take these 3 colors, a blue, a turquoise and a white, well the same white I just covered my nails in, and I'm putting it on a sponge. I'm just grabbing the sponge and then placing it on my nail and then just dab it in. The first nail is always a little bit messy, but it will solve up later because we're doing 2 coats anyways. So I'm covering the rest of my nails without refreshing the color on the sponge. And as you can see, it's being a little bit more sheer towards the end, of course because the color was empty on the sponge. And you can see I'm using a regular sponge that I just cut it in half. So it's actually just a sponge what you clean dishes with. I tried it with regular makeup sponges as well, and I found that makeup sponges just leave too much crumbs on my fingers, and I don't like that. So that's why I decided to go with a regular sponge. And as you can see, I went over the thumb again, and now it's nice and clean and not so dodgy anymore. So it's always just the first coat because there's so much color on it. Then I'm going on the second hand, of course, as well. Just place the first one. It's nice and dodgy, the first. So then just go on the rest of the fingers. Don't worry about the first one. And then doing the second coat, and it's all nice and pretty. Now I'm coloring my ring finger with a thick glossy top coat. It's actually a gel looking nail polish and some glitter. It's actually just glitter what I got from a craft store, so it's not actually meant to go on the nails, but it's doing the same job and it's way cheaper, so why not? So I'm just going in with the middle color, so the turquoise, and then I'm going in with the rest. I started with the middle because that way the risk of mixing the colors too much, like the dark blue and the white, was not too high. So starting with the middle color just to get in a border, let's say it that way, and then beginning with the blue. Get sure that you wipe the brush in between the dark color and the white one, because you can see I get a little bit of the blue in the white, and I tried to avoid that, so yeah, messed up here. And then I'm removing that latex, and as you can see, it's really hard and dry, so I can only get it off in tiny pieces. Even if I try really hard, it actually takes a lot of time.
Two hours later.
And as you can see here, finally, here we go. That's the finished result. I hope you liked that video. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the bell button for notifications, and see you next time. Bye!